Hey folks, I'm attorney Ben Schwartz. Today we're going to take a viewer question. This is from Dominic in Marydel. And Dominic, I don't know if you're in Marydel, Delaware or Marydel, Maryland, but I have a feeling like it's going to make a difference in this scenario. So Dominic wrote in, he says, essentially, I was injured in a car accident. I was cited for speeding. The other driver was arrested for DUI for causing the accident. Can I still have a case even though I was cited for speeding? And the answer is it's going to come down to which state's law applies to this automobile accident personal injury case scenario. The law differs from state to state, and I'll tell you like why it matters. But first, let me tell you about the different types of law. You can have what's called comparative fault, where in some states you can still recover an award of financial compensation through a lawsuit case or an insurance claim against the other motorist, even if you were partially at fault in causing the accident. That's comparative fault. And so, for example, in the state of Delaware, you can get in a car accident, you can be partially at fault as long as you're not more at fault than the other driver. You can still recover an award of financial compensation. The way it works is you would bring an insurance claim against the other driver. You might have to sue, file a lawsuit in the appropriate court against the other driver. You would have to get a determination through jury trial or arbitration or maybe through a mediation or some form of settlement conference as to the proportionate fault of yourself and of the other driver. And then as long as you're not more at fault than the other driver, you'll win, but your award will be reduced by your proportionate share of fault in causing the accident. So let's say you have a case that's worth $100,000. You're determined to be 25% at fault. You're not going to collect $100,000. You're going to collect $75,000 because your $100,000 case value has to be reduced by your 25% proportionate share of fault. In other states, the law is different. Particularly in the state of Maryland, Maryland has what's called straight contributory negligence laws, where if you are 1% at fault in causing that accident, you got nothing, you lose. And so, Dominic, you wrote in, you gave me information about you're from Marydel, but Marydel is a town that is partially in Delaware and partially in Maryland. I need to know, when you were driving and you got cited for speeding, where did this accident happen? Is Delaware law going to apply because the accident happened in Delaware? Or is Maryland law going to apply because the accident happened in Maryland? If it is a Delaware case scenario, you very well may still have a case. You very well may still have a very good case. If it's Maryland, then we're going to have to see, because we'll have to see what we can do to get you out of that speeding ticket. Hopefully you didn't already pay the violation. Hopefully you didn't already go to court and plead guilty to the speeding ticket. We want to look at the facts of the underlying case to determine if we can still bring a claim or a case for you. But the law is going to vary, very widely from state to state, and those are the laws of Delaware and Maryland. And in fact, it can be different in other states as well. So it really depends on the law of the state where the accident happened. That's what you need to look at. And if you had an automobile accident where maybe you feel that you were partially at fault, what I would recommend is contact a reputable personal injury lawyer in the state where the accident happened and see if you have a case. Don't just assume, oh, well, the law is going to be against me and I was partially at fault for causing an accident. Don't make assumptions. This is important stuff. When you're talking about personal injuries and personal injury litigation, these cases can be complicated. The awards of compensation can be relatively large. Don't make assumptions. Go get a consultation with a reputable personal injury lawyer in the state and the county where the accident occurred, and that way you can find out more about your legal rights. Folks, I'm attorney Ben Schwartz. Dominic, thanks for the question. If you're watching this video and you have a question for me that you think this would make a good video for Ben to do and put on the internet, send me an email. My email address is ben.schwartz@schwartzandschwartz.com. Thanks for watching.